Pregame.com.
Welcome back to Pregame.tv. I'm Marco D'Angelo with Ken Thomson. We're going to preview college football season win totals. I'm going to take a look at the Syracuse Orangemen, Ken, and I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be a long year for the Orange.
Just the orange.
Just the orange.
They made them drop the men. It's no longer the orange.
You know, when you grew up with one thing all that time, and I actually had a niece go to Syracuse and made for some very interesting Big East tournament time because my sister-in-law went to Notre Dame. My one niece went to Pitt, and the other niece went to Syracuse. So,
and you're a Pitt guy.
And I'm a Pitt guy. It was fun time whenever it was college basketball when we were looking at the Big East tournament. But this game here, we're looking at a season over-under total on Syracuse of 4.5. And I know that seems awful low, but I don't think it's low enough, and I'm going to tell you why. You're looking at this team, Syracuse. First off, they're moving to the ACC. Big East going to the ACC, I think there's going to be an adjustment. The Big East, there was some good offenses in the Big East, but not a lot. You've got wide open offenses in the ACC. Spread offense, everything that, going down there. High scoring games. How many games do you see the ACC? You're up 35-14. You can't relax because it ends up 38-35, no defense in the ACC, but they can score a lot. And Syracuse, a lot of the time last year, they got themselves in those kind of games because they had the offense, that could come from behind like that with quarterback Ryan Nassib. He's gone. Not only is he gone, the coach is gone. So you've got a new coach, new system, a new starting quarterback, and they don't got a lot else coming back either because they only have 5 returning starters on offense and 6 on defense, and only 1 on the defensive line is a returning starter. And I think they got a murderous schedule. What do you think about this Syracuse team this year?
As I look at their schedule, too, now there's a little familiarity because some of the teams had already defected from the Big East a few years back, Virginia Tech, Boston College. So familiarity there for Syracuse, kind of making new acquaintances again. But they're getting those games at home. When you go to another conference, brand new, you're the new kid on the block, like Pittsburgh, like Syracuse, and you're going into those venues for the first time, rude awakening, very tough to win on the road. In conference play, you're not as intimidated when you're playing those teams that you see year in, year out. But when you start in a new conference, it's going to be a tough go. You lose Marone, like you said, the coach. You lose Nassib. That's huge right there. And then you got to go to all these new venues. They got their work cut out for them. I was looking at their schedule. I'm looking at 3 wins, maybe.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This is my pick. Let's make it official. All right, guys, I'm going to take the under 4.5, and Ken hit on it. Going on the road is going to be tough for Syracuse this year. Looking at their schedule, I don't see them winning a game on the road this year. And I look at their open the season. This is not going to be easy. They open the season with a game against Penn State on a neutral field. Then they've got to go at Northwestern. They're looking at 0-2 to open the season, and it doesn't get much better. They've got a 3-game, 3-week stretch during the season where they play Clemson at home, which will be a tough game facing Clemson. Then they got to go on the road the next week to play NC State, a high-flying offense. And then they go back out on the road the following week to play Georgia Tech, a team that's going to run an offense that they don't see that often with the option. I'm going to look at this one under 4.5 wins. Like Ken said, this is a 3 or 4 win season for the Syracuse this year. Take under 4.5.
I agree with you if they're lucky. I mean, because you look at Wake Forest, going to be much improved. I think they're going to be very, very solid. 4-year quarterback now. Pittsburgh and Boston College, they get at home. Reddick's been there long enough for BC, so he's going to give them trouble. At Maryland, at Florida State, we know Randy Edsall's under the gun there at Maryland, so he'll be ready, especially at home at Florida State. Forget it, you're not beating Fisher's team. Northwestern's going to come off the road opener at Cal, so they're going to be fired up at Evanston. You're right. So first 2 games, looking at 0-2. They get Wagner and Tulane at home prior to Clemson. They may get those 2. That may be it.
That's their 2 wins that I see on their schedule that I'm penciling in, and they're going to have to work for everything after that. All right, we're going to come back all summer long. We're going to be doing videos like this, getting you ready for the upcoming football season. We'll be doing college season win totals and NFL, so stay tuned all summer long right here, pregame.tv.